And of course, for our first question, attorney, can you please tell us what Angat Buhay is all about and what was the inspiration behind it?
Buhay is actually an anti-poverty program. We started it in October of 2016, a few months after I assumed office as vice president. And the reason why we decided to put up Angat Buhay is that if you are familiar with the constitutional provision, the vice president does not have any mandate aside from succession. And we felt that it would be a waste, 6 years would be a waste if we will just be doing ceremonial work, because that is what the vice president is expected to do. We wanted to reinvent the office of the vice president into a more advocacy-heavy office. So we decided to launch Angat Buhay. So Angat Buhay became the core program of the Office of the Vice President. We had 6 pillars at that time. So education, public health, nutrition and food security, rural development, women empowerment, and housing. So that was what we were focused on in the 6 years that I was vice president. So after my term of office, we decided to convert the program into an NGO so that we could continue the work that we were doing.
Ooh, that's some interesting information about the background of Angat Buhay, attorney.
Well, that being said, and of course, based on Attorney Leni's answer, we can really see kung ano talaga yung inspirasyon behind Angat Buhay Foundation, and which is one of the reasons why Attorney Leni's organization is indeed successful and has helped a lot of lives. So, grabe talaga, partner. This question has already made me curious, diba?
Yeah, and speaking of which, our curiosity leads us to the next question. Attorney, how do you manage Angat Buhay effectively?
It was not easy at the start because we were very aware that the Office of the Vice President did not have funds for programs because of the mandate of our office. The office has one of the smallest budgets in the entire bureaucracy, and the budget for the Office of the Vice President was mainly for the operations of the office. So there was no budget for our programs. We had to conceptualize Angat Buhay, where we have placed the office as a sort of a conduit between communities needing help and organizations wanting to help. So in other words, parang we were dependent on private sector support for all our programs for Angat Buhay. And we were very aware that in order for us to get private sector support, we have to prove that we were trustworthy as an office. So talagang pinaghandaan namin yan. When we were just starting at the Office of the Vice President, nag-apply kaagad kami ng ISO certification. Yung ISO, yun yung international standards na if you get that certification, you show people that you are serious about the work that you are doing, that the processes in the office is up to standards. So we targeted our ISO certification within 1 year after we assumed office, and we were able to get that. After we were given an ISO certification, our next target was we had to have the highest COA audit rating. Yung COA is Commission on Audit. Yung audit rating shows if you are trustworthy as an office, if you are using your funds in the best way possible. So when we targeted that, the second year of operations at the office, we were able to get the highest COA audit rating, and we have been getting that until I ended my term as vice president. So it was difficult because we had to do a lot of spring cleaning as far as the processes, the operations of the Office of the Vice President was. But we were able to prove to people that we were trustworthy. So nung nagawa namin yun, madali na lahat. Madali na lahat because if people trust you, gusto nila makipag-partner sa iyo. So we ended up with a lot of partners, and we were lucky that we are able to sustain the operations of Angat Buhay now that it is an NGO, because our relationship with our partners was really based on that trust. So pinakamahalaga yun. When you are doing the kind of work that we do, importante na may tiwala sa'yo yung private sector, because otherwise, bakit sila magre-release ng resources kung hindi nila sigurado that their help would go to the communities who need them the most. So it was the most challenging thing. trying to prove that you are trustworthy. But after that, we were able to show them that not only were we trustworthy, but our programs were very effective, very efficient, very inclusive, very empowering to the communities. So tuloy-tuloy yun. So yun, ano lang. I am also lucky that I get to work with very, very young people who are very passionate, who are very creative, who are very innovative. So most of the programs that we are doing now, it is because of them. Hindi yun dahil sa akin. We are able to do so much with so little because the people I work with have the energy to really put in the kind of work that we are doing day by day.